This is the TuaMan. You're watching me on Boxingtribune.com. Keep it right here. I'll come looking for you.
David Tua joins us today. David, you got a fight coming up against Robert Hawkins here at the Roseland Ballroom in New York. What are your thoughts on Robert Hawkins as opponent?
He's a good fighter, a good opponent. Went the distance with Samuel Peters. He's a very crafty opponent, so I'm looking forward to a very tough, challenging fight. So I'm well prepared for it, and I'm looking forward to it.
In your last fight, you fought another crafty opponent as well, and it seemed like in the beginning there was some trouble with it. Do you think Hawkins is going to give you any trouble?
I mean, every fight, you know, there's always going to be some challenging parts or situations, but you know, you go in there with an open mind that you know that's going to happen, but you have to be mentally tough during the fight to dissect whatever the guys got going, so that you can make it work for you. So for me, when I fought the guy, you know, it was a matter of getting closer and hitting it in my body. So once I was able to do that, you know, I was able to slow him down and stop him. So I'm pretty sure it's probably will be the same situation with Robert Hawkins, but you know, it's a different fight and you know, a different time. So yeah.
How do you feel right now? Is where you're at right now? Is this where you want it to be at this point in your comeback?
Not really. I should have been a lot more busier than what I have been, but it is what it is. This year, it's important that I need to be busier and stay on top of things. It's the only way to get the job done. So I need to fight back to back, you know, after this fight without looking Robert Hawkins. So, you know, it might take 2 fights, it might take 3 fights, or it might take 1 fight. But it's a no in Philly because I've been inactive for a long time. It is important that I need to be busy to get my timing and pretty much everything back where they need to be, maybe better.
Being with Kushner, you're able to headline some of these club show events in New York. Is it difficult? Is there any kind of transition from going from like HBO to now having to build yourself back up in the club show circuit?
Not really, to be totally honest. I've enjoyed every moment of my professional career up to now. When I was fighting on HBO, I lived it and enjoyed it. When I was fighting on Showtime, I did the same. So it doesn't matter where you're at. You have to seize the moment and enjoy it. You know, wherever I fight, you know, I'm going to enjoy it. It doesn't matter if, you know, the place might not be as fancy than others. You know, I still have to go out there and then be a professional and get the job done.
Have you had any discussions with HBO and Showtime about possible fights in the future?
Not at this stage. I'm sure Cedric is working hard on regards to that, so I'm sure at due time.
When do you see your first title contention now? I mean, you said this year you want to be a lot busier. Are we going to see you in a title fight by the end of the year, or are you gearing that for next year?
Hopefully, obviously 1 fight at a time, but that is the ultimate goal, is to challenge for them winning it. You know, like I said, you know, this camp has been a very, very tough camp. I've got my personal trainer from New Zealand, you know, who has worked really, really hard with me for the last 2 weeks in regards to the conditioning side of things. And really, you know, he can only add in what me and Roger are doing in the boxing gym. And that's a very, very positive thing for us going to this fight where, you know, my strength conditioning coach could have easily taken the play away from what we do in the ring, and that could be very, very bad. But if anything else, you know, the both of them go hand in hand. So I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Personally, to me, it looks like you've slimmed down a little bit. Is that the case?
Yeah, I'm slimming down, but, you know, I'm nowhere near where I need to be. I probably need to be at my very best at 235, 240. So, given time.
So you agree with what other people say, that you've been coming in a little too heavy?
Definitely. I mean, at times, you know, denial, it's a killer. And at times a fighter, you know, it's your fight. Man, they don't know what they're talking about. But when you listen with an open mind and an open heart, you know, you'll be able to accept the fact that it is what it is.
You being from New Zealand, are you a fan of the All Blacks?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the All Blacks. I'm a fan of pretty much any sports that's got going in New Zealand, and I'm just a sports fanatic. I love sports. You know, I would rather participate than watch. You know what I'm saying? So.
I played a little bit of rugby myself. How come you never got into rugby?
I did. I played rugby in school. But my dad sat me down and he said, hey, you got to make a choice. You either play rugby or you box. So I said, I'll box. So he says to me, you can't serve two masters at once. I said, well, okay, fair enough.
Any final words you want to say to your fans out there?
As always, as always, I appreciate the support and prayers of the fans from day one. You know, without your support, hey, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I'm grateful. Thank you very much.